In the heart of the African savannah, under the shade of an old acacia tree, a man hung between life and death. His name was Ranger Alex. He had spent years protecting these plains, saving lions, treating wounds, and guarding them from poachers who saw only profit, not life. But now, he was the one who needed saving. The poachers he had chased the night before had turned on him. They tied him to the tree with coarse rope, leaving him beneath the rising sun. His skin burned, his throat was dry, and all he could see was the endless golden grass, swaying like an ocean with no rescue in sight. Then the grass moved. A sound, deep and steady, rolled through the silence. A massive male lion stepped into view. His mane was dark gold, his shoulders heavy with power, his amber eyes fixed on the helpless man. Alex froze. His heartbeat thundered in his chest. The lion stopped just a few feet away. The air itself seemed to hold its breath. And then Alex saw something that made his eyes fill with tears. A scar, long and jagged, ran down the lion's right shoulder. It was the same wound Alex had stitched months ago. He remembered that night clearly. A lioness had brought her injured cub to his cabin, and this great lion had stood outside in the dark, watching, waiting, protecting his family. That lioness had survived because Alex had cared. Now her mate, this same lion, stood before him. The two stared at each other, man and beast. Old memories between them. The lion lowered his massive head. He sniffed the rope. Then, with careful movements, began to tug at the knots with his teeth. Alex could hardly believe what he was seeing. Each pull was gentle, deliberate, never breaking skin, never out of control. It was as if the lion understood. Alex whispered hoarsely, "It's me. Alex, you remember, don't you?" The lion's ear twitched. He kept working, but before the impossible act could finish, a horrible sound echoed across the plains. A cackling laugh, then another, and another. Out of the tall grass came a group of hyenas, a hungry, restless clan led by a scarred female. Their eyes glowed with hunger and mischief. The lion stopped his rescue and turned, standing tall and proud before Alex. He let out a roar so powerful that the ground seemed to shake beneath them. It was a sound that said, "You will not touch him." The hyenas hesitated, but only for a moment. Then they charged. Dust exploded into the air as the lion met them head-on. Claws slashed, jaws snapped, and the air filled with the wild cries of battle. Alex could only watch, helpless, as the lion fought for both their lives. He saw the lion strike one hyena with a powerful swipe, sending it tumbling. Another lunged, biting at his flank, but the lion turned and roared again, a deep, thunderous sound that sent them scattering. The leader, the scarred hyena, tried one last attack, but the lion lunged forward, his mane flashing in the sunlight, and drove her back into the brush. And then, silence. The hyenas retreated, their laughter fading into the distance. The lion stood tall but trembling, his sides scratched, his breath heavy. He turned back to Alex. Even now, even wounded, his golden eyes were calm. He stepped close, pressing his head near Alex's shoulder, almost as if asking what to do next. Alex, shaking, looked down at the rope. He began scraping it against the bark, tearing his skin in the process. The rope started to fray. The lion watched. He seemed to understand. Then he moved closer again, teeth finding the weakest point. With a single strong bite, snap! The rope broke. Alex fell forward onto the grass, gasping, dizzy but free. He looked up, and the lion was still there, watching him, breathing hard, waiting. But before relief could fill the air, another sound rose behind them, a deeper rumble. The grass parted. More lions appeared, lionesses and young males drawn by the noise. They hadn't seen the rescue. They only saw a man on the ground. To them, Alex was prey. The male lion turned instantly. He planted himself between Alex and the others, his tail lashing, his body tense. He let out a roar, not of challenge, but of warning. It told the pride. This one is mine. He is under my protection. The newcomers paused, confused. For long moments none moved. Then slowly they turned back, melting into the golden grass. The danger was gone. The savannah was silent again. The lion turned once more to Alex. The morning light danced in his amber eyes. There was no threat left in him, only calm. Alex sat up, trembling. He reached out his dirty, shaking hand. The lion lowered his head and allowed it. For a brief second, Alex's fingers brushed through the thick mane, resting on the healed scar. The same scar that had once marked a moment of compassion. Now it marked something even greater. Trust. The lion gave a soft rumble, like a sigh, then stepped back. He turned and began walking across the plain, his powerful form glowing in the golden light. Alex watched him go, his heart heavy and full at once. He whispered, "Thank you, old friend." The lion paused for just a moment and looked back. Their eyes met one last time. Then the king of the savannah disappeared into the tall grass, his mane blending with the dawn. Alex sat there for a long time, feeling the warm wind across his face. He knew that what had happened wasn't luck. It was love, the purest form of it. A kindness once given had been returned when it mattered most. The lion had remembered. Days later, Alex returned to the reserve, bruised but alive. The poachers were found and arrested, but Alex's thoughts were always with the lion, his savior, his silent friend. He often returned to that same acacia tree, leaving water and food nearby, and sometimes, in the distance, he would see a dark golden shape watching from the hill, always watching, always remembering, because some bonds once formed never fade, not even between man and beast. Dear friend, thank you for taking the time to follow this story. If you believe that kindness can reach even the wildest hearts, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us share more stories like this, stories of courage, compassion, and the beautiful bond between humans and nature.